You're listening to the Hair Radio Broadcast Network. I'm Kerry Hines. We have with us a very special guest. Her name is Sakeenah Nzingha. Welcome to Hair Radio.
Thank you, Kerry. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, Sakeenah, I want to first of all, we certainly were going to talk about natural hair and the product line that you represent, New Ade. But first, let's tell the folks a little bit about who you are.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here again, like I said. A little bit about who I am. I would say I am a beauty entrepreneur, a spokesperson for New Ade hair product line, and a healer of aspects, I'd say.
All right. Now, New Ade. What exactly is New Ade?
New Ade is a line of moisturizing hair oils that can be used for scalp treatments, hot oil treatments, oil rinses. You would use it for lock maintenance. There are different ways that you can use hair oil in that way, you know. But New Ade, it means new crown in Nigeria, Yoruba language. And new crown, meaning we would want people to associate their hair care as if they're taking care of a crown. And so that's why it's called New Ade in that way.
We love it. Now tell the folks, and we certainly have a whole lot to talk about today, but let's just let them know if they're interested in buying New Ade or finding out more about New Ade products, how would you direct them?
You can find us online. We sell retail and wholesale at mynewade.com.
Wonderful. Now, we want to tell everybody out there listening to you right now and listening to us that you will be coming to the Hair Radio Broadcast Network. And we're excited to have you.
Yes, that is the most exciting news of the day. Yes, I will be coming to the Hair Radio Network.
Yes. Now, you bring with you a lot of direct experience, a true legacy and lineage in the natural hair world. Tell our listeners just what that means and who you really are.
Yes, I would say, yes, I do have a very rich lineage, I'd say. My mother was the first natural hair salon. She opened up the first natural hair salon in Brooklyn back in the 80s. I'd say she's written a book on natural hair care called No Lie, an African-American woman's guide to natural hair care, and she's created this product line. She's also was very active in establishing the natural hair licensing in New York. So that's where I come from. I'm a daughter of a natural hair pioneer.
Let's give her a shout out.
Yes, to Sakeenah Kinard. Hi. Hope you're listening.
I'm sure she is. Now we want to certainly having that kind of legacy to continue. We want to talk to you. What does natural hair mean to you? Because times have really changed along the way, and
Yes.
and we certainly will talk about that. But what does natural hair mean to you?
Well, natural hair really is. Yes, I would say that the definition has changed a bit. But I more so focus on healthy hair care. You know, I want people to kind of get away from saying the word natural in that sense, only because you don't want to get caught in saying that term and defining your hair care process. You know, you can be natural and use protective styles like braids and twists and locks to express yourself artistically, but is your hair healthy? That's more important. You know, so how are you caring for your hair is where I come from, you know, in terms of what kind of TLC are you giving yourself when you're taking care of your hair.
And what else would you suggest when as you were just saying that you rather say the word healthy and substitute that for natural, because natural now, is it being used a bit loosely for your taste? I mean, am I putting words in? What do you think about that?
Well, I would say, the transition to wearing your hair natural back in the day was more so for Pan-African political reasons. Nowadays, people just want the education. in terms of how they would wear their hair in its natural state. And a lot of people haven't seen their natural hair texture, but it's more of a psychological trend and shift to understanding more about yourself.
Now, I have to. And folks out there, if you've just tuned in, you're listening to the Hair Radio Broadcast Network. I'm Kerry Hines. We have with us actually live in the studio, Miss Sakeenah Nzingha of New Ade, and we are happy to welcome her to Hair Radio in many ways.
Thank you. It's so exciting to be here. This network is very needed in terms of establishing different topics about the hair industry and really highlighting stylists. This is exciting. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Now, we want to, speaking of coming to the Hair Radio Broadcast Network, we want to tell the folks a little bit about what they can expect to hear when they tune into your show.
Well, my show. Yes, my show.
Your show, yes.
This will be, I will really be highlighting styling techniques geared towards healthy hair care. And, we'll definitely be sponsored by New Ade, which is a healthy hair care product line. But I would really like to talk about hair adornment and bridging the gaps in hair care and black hair care. So not just natural hair, but, people who use chemical styles as well. But really highlighting the artistic expression of what black hair care can do.
And what are some of the things it can do?
Well, you can twist it, braid it, weave it, perm it, cut it, color it, but you want to highlight the proper techniques to do these things, and really highlighting what healthy hair care is about.
Well stated. Mm-hmm. Well, again, if you've just joined us, we are just chatting live in the studio with Miss Sakeenah Nzingha of New Ade, and soon to be on Hair Radio as one of our program hosts, sharing with you her wonderful lineage in the natural hair world, and also talking about healthy hair care and a little bit more. Let's go back to that. Mm-hmm. How do you think? We've talked a little bit about from the transition from the old to the new, and speaking of transitions, we've talked a little bit about for those folks out there who are transitioning from relaxed hair care, so to speak, or having a relaxed style into a natural hair state. Mm-hmm. How was that transition? What was that transition like for you?
Actually, I didn't necessarily have a transition.
Really?
I've been natural my whole life.
Really?
I'm one of the original natural hair
Wow.
people.
Wow.
I remember what it was like back in the day to not really be accepted socially for wearing my hair in its natural state. And now it's more accepted, in terms of wearing my hair in its curly state or wearing braided hairstyles. Nowadays, I wear a style, I'd say a couple of times during the year where I'm wearing micro braids with beads, adornment, and I get a lot of reactions. I get a lot of compliments about it. But when I used to wear these styles when I was younger, I was teased a lot in school, and I had thread wrapping and stuff. Now it's more appreciated, and I appreciate that good feedback now than what I experienced back in the day.
Wow.
So I would say that is a transition that I have seen over the years, that natural hairstyles or African-centered hairstyles are more accepted now than they were before. So that's my journey in terms of highlighting what the transition is. But in terms of people transitioning nowadays, I would say that it's more of a psychological trend where people are accepting themselves as they are, accepting their natural hair texture and learning more about it. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful experience to highlight and to talk about.
In which they'll be able to do that right on your show.
Yes, they
coming
will.
soon. Yes, and so what we're going to do is keep you informed we will certainly post it to the Hair Radio website and talk about it right here on the network when you'll be launching, because we want everybody tuned in to what you have to say. Very interesting, and some great topics to come. I took a little sneak peek. I'm excited to have you on the network. So
yes, indeed. We really want to highlight hair adornment, protective styling, talking about what the definition of natural is. And if the term is still needed, now that the industry has grown and we're becoming more accepted with curly hair care definition or not, or, braided hairstyles being more accepted, and locking being more accepted, is the term really needed anymore? That is my question, and I'm sure it'll bring up a lot of controversy and people will want to talk about it more.
Yes.
But also really highlighting the stylist, and I am very excited to have a show on the Hair Radio Network, where we are highlighting stylists in the industry, because there are people that have taken their lives dedicated to styling black hair, and we can do so much with it. It's so beautiful to be able to talk about all the things that can happen with our hair.
Well, we want to remind everyone, and certainly down the road, we will be having the Hair Radio Awards that we will definitely, our panel will be looking at all of you guys who are on our network. So we also want to invite you guys out there listening right now, if you're in the hair business or the hair industry, and for those of you who are the hair enthusiasts, we want you as well to send us any questions that you may have or contact us. We're happy to share information with you, and this is a show, that is, as Sakeenah was just saying, we're doing all of this wonderful stuff for you, the information that we are looking to impart.
Exactly. Our motto is to bridge the gaps, bridging the gaps in black hair care. So we're not just talking to natural stylists, we're talking to traditional cosmetologists, we're talking to everyone. To bridge the gaps in black hair care, to bridge the gaps in the hair industry, so that we can all be on the same page in terms of acknowledging healthy hair care practices, acknowledging where they come from, and practicing them more often.
Now, you know what, Sakeenah, I would love to get your opinion on this, and this is just switching gears just a tad on natural hair and the entertainment world out there. Years ago, you really didn't see too many images of the celebrities with natural hairstyles. What's your take on that? Where do you see it now, or did you notice it?
I am so excited to see them on all of these networks and commercials and award ceremonies. I think the most prevalent moment was when Viola Davis came out and accepted her award in a natural hairstyle. Of course, we have the neo-soul artists like Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, that flip back and forth, but they show the versatility of the different styles that can be worn. I mean, Erykah Badu is not afraid to wear a straight hairstyle like Jill Scott, but then they'll also go back and forth between, wearing an afro or a braided hairstyle at the same time. I think it's beautiful. We have Janelle Monáe, we have Chrisette Michele, and even the men, like Wale, his new video is out now. He has a wonderful lock style that's in the patterns that are in it. It's so beautiful. And I am excited to see what is to come. We have Solange now that's wearing her hair in a natural state. And, they'll say people will talk against Beyonce wearing a blonde weave and all of the other artists that wear the straight hair weaves and stuff. But, my motto is hair expressions. The way you want to wear your hair is an artistic expression. The question is, are the proper techniques being taken to wear your hair in that state? Are you abusing it? Because we have Naomi Campbell that wears her hair in weaves, but you've seen pictures of her where, she's losing her hairline. Now, why is that? Because is that hairstyle that she was using, was that being abused, and what kind of message is that promoting? I think that a lot of people have abused Eurocentric hairstyles because they're not used to understanding how to take care of their own hair texture. And I think that now that we have celebrities that are wearing different hairstyles and different options, that they're bringing more awareness to how many different styles can be worn, and, healthy hair care techniques that can be taken up and practiced. So I am excited about this industry.
Yes, and you will be sharing so much on your show. And again, guys out there, if you've just joined us, you're listening to the Hair Radio Broadcast Network. I'm Kerry Hines, and we've been chatting with Miss Sakeenah Nzingha of New Ade, and soon to be right here on Hair Radio, the Hair Radio Broadcast Network, and some of the topics that are coming. Now, for the industry in general, Sakeenah, what do you see in general for the natural hair world?
Well, I see that it is expanding rapidly, and I am really excited as to how it is expanding. I think there's more awareness than there ever has been before in terms of how to take care of curly, kinky, coily hair textures. And it's a beautiful thing, but I think that there needs to be more awareness in terms of the stylists that are doing these styles every day, and we need to now establish curriculum in our hair schools, and so I think that it's good that there's more awareness and that it's growing, and I would like to see it continue to do so.
Well, before we let you go, we want to remind everybody about New Ade products and what makes them special.
Oh, New Ade, which really means new crown. And we want to promote the motto of wearing your hair as if you have a crown on it. How do you care for your hair in a healthy manner? So we have a natural, quote-unquote, natural hair product line that has all natural ingredients. It can be used on all hair textures, and they're really just a line of oils. We have 3 different oils at different consistency based upon your hair texture, and there are 6 different ways that you can use it. You can use it as a moisturizing scalp oil. You can use it as a pre-poo hot oil treatment. You can do oil rinsing, deep conditioning treatments. You can use it as a lock maintenance style conditioner, and even natural heat protection when you're flat ironing and all of that. So the products are really great in that aspect because they have a lot of versatility, and it's really just oil, and we're going back to the original way that people used to take care of their hair in a natural way. You want to use natural products. The products consist of peanut, olive, and castor oil as a base. And they are very supportive in that way. So you can find the products online at mynewade.com. That's M as in Mary, Y, N as in Nancy, UADE.com. You can find us on all of the social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. If you just search at New Ade. And, of course, on the New Hair Radio Network, you will also be able to find us. We are featured in a few salons around the country, and you can find out where those locations are at mynewade.com as well. Okay.
And on that note, I want to thank you for being with us, Sakeenah Nzingha of New Ade and Hair Radio.
It's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for having me, and I look forward to having my own show. We're going to talk more.
Thank you. Stay with us.